all. The papers we signed were about taxes. Didn't put Carter in control.
Seems like you're doing really well now.
To end this cycle of dysfunction.
Welcome back to Soap with Joe. In today's video, we'll continue to discussing the possible scenarios surrounding Hope and Carter's takeover scheme. Is it too late for Ridge to take action and protect his family's business? This is likely a thrilling race between the two parties, while some predict that Forrester Creations will be divided into two halves. While some fans argue that this situation is unrealistic, I suppose that this possibility is very likely. Meanwhile, Elektra's past is being exploited, and there's speculation that Remy might ruin her bond with Will. Could he be devising a dirty trick to expose Elektra's secret? Now, let's explore some intriguing clues and discuss our predictions for the upcoming storyline. First, I would like to update some new hints about the takeover scheme. Previously, I wondered if Ridge could learn about this risk and stop it timely before Carter and Hope causes any significant consequences to the business. In the upcoming episodes, viewers, including myself, can breathe a sigh as Ridge is predicted to hear about the news sooner than we expected. Can you guess who tipped Ridge off about the secret? We have predicted that Brooke, who is the only one knowing about Hope and Carter's collusion, would never reveal this shocking news for the sake of her daughter. However, surprisingly, Brooke is expected to drop a bombshell by exposing Carter's Forrester Creations takeover scheme to Ridge. In my opinion, Brooke may change her mind. She may foresee the miserable consequences Hope could face in case she sides with Carter and goes through with this rebellion. Thus, Brooke could view her revelation as an act of rescue for Hope, and Ridge may forgive her given that Carter himself is directly implementing the signature duping. Will Ridge react the way Brooke envisions, or could his response take an unexpected turn? According to information circulating on social media, initially, Ridge would dismiss her claims, insisting there must be a logical explanation. But when Brooke pressed the issue, Ridge's fury erupted and shouted. Although the LLC paperwork has already been signed, Ridge will turn to Justin for legal assistance. Known for his sharp legal skills and willingness to bend the rules, Justin might still find this a tough challenge to undo. When confronted, Carter might admit to everything, trying to justify his actions or deny any malicious intent. Regardless, Ridge is likely to fire Carter on the spot. The question then becomes, if Justin can't reverse the LLC plan, what could this mean for everyone involved? What if Carter and Hope file the papers before Justin can act? Feeling defeated, Carter may try to walk away, but Hope might not be ready to give up. She could argue that as long as the paperwork stands, they are still in control, encouraging Carter to seize the opportunity and take charge. While Hope doesn't directly commit any crimes, she provoked Carter's greed and encouraged him to see the possibilities of having it all, frequently reminding him of past slights from the Forrester family. Eventually, Carter still masterminded the LLC takeover plan, though part of him seemed to want Hope to stop him. Carter was well aware of the risks, including jeopardizing his relationships with Ridge and Eric. Despite his reservations, Carter moved forward, signing the LLC papers and persuading Ridge and Steffi to sign them as well. Ridge nearly caught on when he noticed Carter's signature, but Carter managed to avoid suspicion. In my opinion, Ridge won't overlook Hope's malevolent motive and is likely to respond with a fierce punishment directed at Brooke's daughter. Now, I'm curious what will happen if Justin's efforts fail. I share the same prediction as many fans that the company could face a major shakeup, splitting into two factions: those loyal to Carter's new leadership and those siding with the Forrester family. In my opinion, this scenario is not far-fetched, and it could pave the way for exciting new storylines and power struggles within the company. Do you think this possibility will likely to happen? Secondly, the next intriguing story revolves around Elektra and Remy. While Elektra tries to move forward, she remains oblivious to the fact that her supposed friend, Remy, is not only stalking her, but might have been the root of her troubles all along. There's a growing possibility that Remy played a hand in whatever happened during her modeling gig. What is his next target? Remy continues his calculated mission to stay close to Electra and causes chaos to her life. Remy's next move is unexpected but very effective. Knowing the restaurant is a frequent hangout for Electra, Remy plans to secure a position there to keep tabs on her. However, how can Remy persuade Deacon to let him in? Let's be honest, Remy is nothing if not resourceful. His ability to adapt and manipulate situations is impressive. He'll likely turn on the charm and spin a web of lies to convince Deacon he's the perfect addition to the team. Some fans argue that he's extremely fortunate. He applies to the job when Deacon, already feeling overwhelmed with staffing issues, might not dig too deeply into his background or true intentions. It is hinted that Remy will approach Deacon with a smooth-talking pitch to land a job at the restaurant. Whether or not he has actual fine dining experience, Remy seems like the type to spin a convincing tale to get what he wants. He may even propose ideas to keep the restaurant thriving now that business is booming again. Deacon, who recently admitted he's short-staffed, might view Remy as the answer to his problems and hire him on the spot. So, once Remy secures the job at the restaurant, he will easily reach what he wants. His scheming will likely ramp up. With a front-row seat to Electra and Will's dates, he'll have plenty of opportunities to interfere in their growing connection. Whether through subtle sabotage or more overt moves, Remy seems determined to derail their relationship and ensure Electra remains within his reach. Well, Will, as perceptive as he is intrigued, can see the walls Electra has put up. Ivy previously hinted that Electra is working on learning to trust again, which suggests she's been deeply hurt in the past. I can't help but feel for Electra in this situation. While she's trying to rebuild her life, it's heartbreaking to think that she might still be haunted by past betrayals. Many fans fear that Electra will lose Will because of her sense of vulnerability and trauma she's trying to hide. It'll be interesting to see how much she reveals to Ivy. Do you think Ivy will help Electra by confiding the truth to Will and asking for his sympathy? To wrap up, I'm considering the possibility of Electra confessing all her secret about Remy to Will, because honesty is the key to solving any problem, no matter the outcome. As a viewer, I'm torn between wanting Electra to uncover Remy's dark side and dreading the fallout once she does. How will she cope with learning the person she once leaned on has been manipulating her? Do you think Will offer Electra a warm embrace as she tells him the hidden truth? I'm not sure about it, but I feel that their bond is likely to crack once the secret is revealed. In terms of the takeover plan, I believe that Ridge will handle this, and Hope will continue to devise a series of schemes to deny her involvement. Do you want one more chance for Hope to resume her fashion career? I would like to see your comments below, and we'll continue discussing interesting topics in our next videos. Until next time, bye-bye. Welcome back to Soap with Joe. I bet you'll be surprised with today's episode, revealing possible hints at the love triangle of Finn, Steffi, and Hope, with the involvement of Thomas as he returns from Paris. Well, we used to predict that Thomas would return to introduce the person he fell for in a faraway country. However, what if he fails to forget Hope and realizes that he would like to give her a chance for reconciliation? Meanwhile, Hope and Finn are getting closer, and it's likely that Hope's desire to settle down with Finn will arise amid their mutual understanding develops during talks after Sheila's memorial. Hope may recognize notable characteristics in Finn and keep encouraging him, while Steffi just gives him disappointment and irritation. However, dragging Finn to her side is not that easy, so do you think Hope will devise some tricks to push Steffi to betray her husband? Will Hope turn to a villain in her love entanglement? So, let's explore the hints and make predictions about these plot lines. Well, I believe that Hope has her reasons for luring Finn to a trap for her own benefits and simultaneously taking Steffi down. Steffi was the one inducing Thomas to abandon Hope and leave for Paris with her son. She also teams up with other members of the Forrester family to sideline Hope permanently from their fashion business, with Thomas's absence. Hope is on the verge of having nothing left to lose, yet she is seeking an alternative to maintain hope for the future. Now, her relationship with Finn is intensifying, fueled by their collaboration to unravel Sheila's mystery. In contrast to Steffi's approach, Hope is offering Finn sympathy and comfort, especially as his wife actively obstructs his efforts to uncover the truth about his mother. Now, it's the right time for Hope to plot revenge against Steffi and might have her sights set on disrupting Steffi's marriage. Liam suggests that Hope could move on, especially with Thomas no longer in the frame. Speculation is rife that Hope will grow closer to Finn during Sheila's memorial service, which could be her chance to instill doubt in Finn about Steffi's loyalty. Hope could easily stir the pot by bringing up Liam's past indecisions and his lingering connection with Steffi, potentially making Finn uneasy. At the same time, many fans speculate that Steffi will manipulate Liam, hinting that Steffi might be his true love, thereby reigniting his interest in Steffi. Hope's strategy might involve encouraging Liam to pursue Steffi aggressively, hoping to catch them in a compromising situation that Finn witnesses, leading to catastrophic results. For instance, if Finn sees Steffi and Liam kissing, a scenario orchestrated by Hope, it could convince him of their unresolved feelings for each other. This scenario could pave the way for Hope to comfort Finn and possibly lure him into an affair. Do you think Hope will succeed in leading Finn to a betrayal trap? Will Finn trust what he sees without any doubt? This scenario could intensify the existing tension between Hope and Steffi, following Hope's vow to make Steffi rue the day she ruined her life. The situation gets worse as Thomas probably returns from Paris. Should Finn engage in an affair with Hope, or even succumb to a fleeting moment of passion, Thomas is expected to react vehemently for several reasons. Primarily, Thomas might experience a mix of jealousy and anger, frustrated by the thought of Hope being intimate with someone else, particularly given his recent departure abroad to safeguard his own emotional well-being. Despite hopes of moving on, Thomas might find no one quite compares to Hope, prompting him to consider a return in hopes of reconciliation. Now, the prospect of Hope's involvement with Finn, Steffi's husband, could complicate matters further for Thomas, stirring feelings of jealousy and betrayal. According to rumors circulating on some soap forums, Thomas's outrage might eventually extend to both Hope and Finn, especially if their relationship is reciprocated. Alternatively, Thomas could direct his anger solely at Finn, accusing him of exploiting Hope during a vulnerable period post-breakup. In such a scenario, Finn might be deemed the antagonist in Thomas's eyes, particularly if his actions result in heartbreak for Steffi. This development could lead Thomas to consider drastic measures against Finn for his perceived disloyalty. At this juncture, I believe Thomas is indecisive and blind. Why does he have to concern himself with a woman who has rejected his proposal twice and now pairing up with another man solely for the purpose of vengeance? Hope doesn't deserve Thomas, not by a long shot. Regarding movements surrounding Sheila's case, Steffi and Finn could reconcile unless a twist arrives. As I gather hints on forums, Steffi will engage Finn in a discussion about the recent memorial for Sheila, with Finn finding the farewell cathartic and expressing readiness to move past Sheila's memory. This comes as Steffi learns she's been cleared in the investigation concerning Sheila, hoping to close this chapter for good. However, an unexpected situation comes. Deacon presents him with a shocking theory. Sheila might still be alive. Despite Finn's skepticism, especially given the dramatic circumstances of Sheila's presumed demise, Deacon insists on the possibility, suggesting the unbelievable notion that an imposter might have been involved in the fatal confrontation with Steffi. In another subplot, Hope is set to hold an urgent meeting at Forrester Creations to decide the future direction of her fashion line, Hope for the Future, with Thomas no longer involved. Speculation is rife that Zende and RJ will be named as Hope's new design partners, a move that's expected to bring a fresh dynamic to the brand. However, this development causes concern for Luna, who is pressured to collaborate closely with Zende. Luna harbors secrets regarding the special mint incident and what transpired at Zenday's guest house, making her wary of this new professional arrangement and the potential implications it might have on her relationship with RJ. As these storylines unfold, viewers can anticipate a blend of intrigue, unresolved tensions, and strategic maneuvering within the Forrester Creations team. Well, before I stop, I fear that Luna's secret will be revealed soon given the closeness of RJ and Zenday in the same team. Zenday may have a slip of the tongue and feuds will burst. Meanwhile, Hope will be in a big trouble as her co-workers start to clash. It is hinted that another investigation into Sheila's possible survival will be launched by Deacon, Hope, and Finn. Meanwhile, Steffi cannot accept the possibility that Sheila is still alive, and that Finn will grow apart from her as his mother returns. I suppose that Finn and Hope will be in a romantic relationship as their bond keeps growing during the period helping Deacon out. Many viewers believe that Hope can separate Finn and Steffi, but she really doesn't need to. Steffi's excessive pressure on Finn can push him far. She doesn't need to encourage Liam to go after Steffi either, because Liam tells Finn he wants Steffi back. Frankly, Hope just needs to concentrate on herself, her line, and Beth, and she'll reap the rewards. Do you think Hope will become a villain, destroying others' family life, and also corner herself to drama? Now drop your comments below, and we'll continue discussing interesting topics in our next videos. Until next time, bye. Welcome back to Soap with Joe. I bet you can't wait to discover the latest hints about the new character expected to resolve Sheila's mystery. However, there have been no recent trusted sources regarding the developments in this plotline. To change the soap's climate, I suggest discussing the dynamics between Bill and Poppy, especially the shifts in Hope's psychology as Thomas's proposal nears. These love stories start with positive chemistry, but drama gradually weakens their bond. They eventually realize differences in viewpoints likely to end the romance. They might need to step back to assess the barriers and see if they can compromise and move forward. At this point, many fans have commented that love is not enough to lead to marriage. Tolerance and sympathy are also key in deciding if they can stay together for the rest of their lives. Having found the girls of their dreams, why don't they set aside selfishness to give their relationships a chance to grow? Now, let's delve into developments in their intimate relationships and see what hurdles they have to overcome. I would like to start with the vulnerable engagement of Thomas and Hope. No matter how much effort Thomas puts in, he is likely to shatter his dream marriage if he rushes. Hope needs space to prepare emotionally for a new chapter in her life. According to rumors on social networks, Hope is rumored to reveal shocking news that influences her decision. The scenario speculates on Hope's potential pregnancy with Thomas's child, especially after she declined his second marriage proposal, citing her unpreparedness for a lifelong commitment. Nevertheless, the presence of a child from Thomas could change her stance on their relationship. A key question arises: is Thomas ready to welcome an unexpected child while focusing on reuniting with Hope? It's plausible that some men are eager to marry, yet reluctant to have children immediately. Having a baby with Hope would greatly increase Thomas's happiness. Hope and Thomas already share parental responsibilities for Douglas Forrester, who is quickly growing up. A new baby could significantly change their dynamic. The timing of the pregnancy news, whether before or after the proposal, doesn't matter. If Hope says yes, they can look forward to enjoying their happy moments. Alternatively, the news of Hope's pregnancy could mend any rifts in their relationship. Thomas might spiral out of control due to the rejection, raising concerns about his stability and the healthiness of their relationship. This prediction stems from Hope previously mentioning a desire for another child to Liam, leading to speculation about the father's identity, though she clarified it wouldn't be with Liam. This conversation could foreshadow Hope's next pregnancy plotline, raising questions about the future implications for her and Thomas. Personally, this unexpected news doesn't seem like a feasible way to evolve the storyline from Hope's reluctance. It would be better if the baby news comes after Hope agrees to marry Thomas. I don't want to resort to pregnancy to resolve any trouble. Now, casting aside the pregnancy affair, Hope will experience a surge of anger upon discovering that Steffi has influenced Thomas to end their relationship. Outraged by what she perceives as unwarranted meddling, Hope confronts Steffi, sparking a heated argument. Steffi sees her intervention as a necessary step to prevent further heartbreak for Thomas, fearing another mental health setback for him. At this juncture, I suppose Steffi's worry is reasonable. Hope keeps saying she truly loves Thomas but remains indecisive about his proposal. If I were Steffi, I would also raise questions. Why does Hope have to buy time and skip acceptance? Is she devising any schemes? Meanwhile, despite Steffi's concerns, Hope remains adamant in her affection for Thomas, insisting that her rejection of his proposal does not diminish her love for him. This assertion leads to a significant confrontation in the episode, with Hope possibly turning the tables by critiquing Steffi's own romantic entanglements, specifically her issues with John Finnegan. Parallel to the Hope-Steffi conflict, Brooke Logan is drawn into the drama when Thomas seeks her perspective on Hope's feelings for him. Given Brooke's recent discussions with Hope, she's positioned to affirm Hope's genuine love for Thomas, suggesting that Hope's hesitancy about remarrying so soon, especially following a recent divorce, is understandable. Thomas isn't a bad guy, he just doesn't know the right way to approach Hope. So, it is predicted that he'll have some time alone to privately contemplate what he's done. He might witness the clash between Hope and Steffi, prompting him to reassess his actions and the pressure he's been placing on Hope. This could lead to a moment of realization for Thomas, although Steffi's influence and her doubts about Hope's commitment might still weigh heavily on him. Next, Bill and Poppy's relationship faces more problems beyond the argument over Luna. Initially, Bill finds himself deeply drawn to Poppy upon her return to his life. This connection extends to Poppy's daughter, Luna Nozawa, with whom Bill also feels a strong bond. The narrative teases the possibility of forming a new family unit, with Bill eager to play a significant role in the lives of both Poppy and Luna, envisioning a future filled with love and familial bonds. However, the storyline hints at complexities ahead for Bill and Poppy's budding romance. A particular issue seems poised to challenge their compatibility: their differing attitudes toward money. Bill, known for his guarded nature, attributes his caution to the wealth he possesses, which often attracts people with ulterior motives. He finds solace in Poppy and Luna's disinterest in wealth, which contrasts with his own values. As their relationship progresses from casual enjoyment to potentially deeper feelings, the stark difference in their views on money could emerge as a significant obstacle. Poppy's carefree attitude toward wealth and Bill's affinity for it underscore a potential conflict that could threaten the stability of their relationship. The storyline suggests that while they currently enjoy a lighthearted connection, the issue of money might lead to turmoil as their relationship evolves, raising questions about the future of Bill and Poppy's romance on the show. To wrap up today's video, I would like to pose a question. Do you believe in Thomas's sincerity despite his notorious past? What do you think about Liam's mindset on Thomas? Carter Walton endeavors to persuade Liam of Thomas's changed behavior, although this proves challenging due to Liam's deep-seated mistrust of Thomas. This subplot underscores the ongoing disagreements and contrasting perceptions of Thomas's character among the show's characters. At this juncture, I sense that Thomas's love for Hope is genuine, and I don't doubt his resolution to change. Up till now, we haven't seen any evidence to suggest Thomas is pretending. On Hope's part, I think she should be clear with Thomas about her expectations instead of leaving him in limbo, filled with hope for her acceptance, only to potentially face disappointment without any clear reason. How do you foresee the future of this relationship? Do you think Thomas will drift away after his second proposal is rejected? Well, drop your comments below and let me know your viewpoints on this plotline. Until next time. Bye-bye. Welcome back to Soap with Joe. In today's video, there will be many captivating updates on the plotline that may draw our attention. First, we'll discuss Deacon's regret for abandoning Sheila as she was still alive. Next, Luna's mystery on her biological father will hint at some developments, witnessing optimistic signals from Poppy, who used to resist admitting that Bill is truly Luna's dad. Actually, we have had no precise proofs to affirm this information. However, in the upcoming episodes, a DNA result will be hinted, reigniting the hope of their soon reunion. Now, regarding Thomas and Hope's nuptials, the obstacles hindering their way to the happy day haven't come to an end. It's not Brooke, but Steffi, surprisingly, would cause a certain challenge to this pairing. At this point, I can't figure out why Steffi would like to oppose their engagement. In my opinion, she must somehow feel relieved to see Hope finally getting apart from Finn, who ran to her asking for solace and almost pushed their relationship to cross the line. Well, let's delve into some details to predict what is likely to happen on the show. Now, I can't wait to see the wedding of Thomas and Hope occurring safe and sound, given many possible interruptions may arise. Thomas is eagerly awaiting Hope's response to his marriage proposal, having recently delivered a heartfelt speech to persuade her. According to some hints on the social network, it seems that Hope is persuaded and will also share her thoughts, acknowledging their shared progress and how Thomas has revealed unexpected corners she was unaware of. She appears ready to accept his proposal and looks forward to their future together, indicating she will give Thomas a decisive response regarding his proposal. It seems Hope is prepared to accept the engagement ring and agree to marry Thomas, moving beyond her previous reluctance to declare her love explicitly. Their mutual joy seems imminent, as Hope is likely to express her love and acceptance of the marriage proposal, elevating their happiness to new heights. Soon, Thomas will publicly announce their engagement, which will promptly reach Steffi, who harbors distrust towards Hope's intentions with Thomas. Well, I'm afraid that they must confront another trouble as this official announcement is launched. Steffi will state that Hope's acceptance is potentially misleading and fear the consequences could lead to Thomas's heartbreak, possibly culminating in a broken engagement or divorce. Steffi will be incensed by the progression towards marriage and will confront Hope with unprecedented fury. However, Hope is prepared to stand up for her decision to marry Thomas and her feelings for him, further infuriating Steffi. Now, I suppose that Hope already overcome the most significant opposition from Brooke, so there's no reason for her to care about Steffi's advice. At the same time, I think Steffi should, first and foremost, focus on her reconciliation with Finn and protect her family before making interventions into others' happiness. Next, it seems that Luna's journey to find out her father has almost come to an end. I see an increasingly sympathetic relation between Bill and his assumed daughter, Luna. Bill finds himself deeply empathetic towards Luna, driven by her struggle with not knowing who her father is. Luna's heartfelt confession, revealing her sense of incompleteness, has emotionally impacted Bill, showcasing a side of him filled with sensitivity and a strong desire to aid her. Despite both Luna and Bill suspecting a paternal connection, Poppy insisted that Bill was not the wanted man, aiming for transparency despite the timeline suggesting a slight possibility. Bill's reaction to the possibility of being Luna's father wasn't one of anger towards Poppy for potentially keeping this from him, but rather a push for the truth. Poppy, touched by Bill's readiness to embrace Luna as his daughter, conceded that he would have been a commendable father, hinting at her own wish that Bill was indeed Luna's biological parent. However, she maintains that the dates simply do not align for this to be true. So it seems that Poppy has ever wished that Bill could be Luna's dad, but her thorough calculation keeps shattering that hope. So there's a rumor circulating among audiences about a shocking solution beneficial to all parties. A potential plot twist looms as Bill and Poppy might consider orchestrating a plan to manipulate a DNA test to falsely establish Bill as Luna's father. This arrangement would fulfill Bill's paternal aspirations, offer Luna the father figure she yearns for, and enable Poppy to conceal the real father's identity, which she has guarded for years. Poppy could rationalize a miscalculation in the timing of her encounter with Bill, suggesting a manipulated DNA test as proof of his paternity, with Bill's support in perpetuating this deceit. Many fans may support this idea and suppose that this would balance Luna's mentality and protect her from any traumas if the seek keeps going. Meanwhile, others, including me, believe that this manipulation is so cruel to Luna. Once she recognizes the scheme devised by her mom and the man she trusts as her father, she will be undoubtedly devastated and may resort to harsh actions. Indeed, this plan is likely to be unfolded as Poppy must seek help from others. Poppy plans to approach Finn for assistance in executing a paternity fraud. Whether Finn agrees to participate in such a scheme remains uncertain, but the very suggestion introduces complexity and potential ethical dilemmas. Well, Deacon should be the factor uncovering Sheila's death mystery. He finds himself engulfed in turmoil following the presumed death of Sheila, leaving viewers captivated by his visit to the morgue and his emotional struggle contemplating life without her. This heartache comes on the heels of Deacon's hesitation to marry Sheila, primarily due to concerns about further estranging Hope, which led him to halt their wedding plan, much to Sheila's dismay. I believe that through this visit, Deacon will recognize abnormal details on Sheila's body and launch an investigation by himself. Speculation abounds that the deceased may be a doppelganger of Sheila. Alternatively, the storyline could reveal Sheila as a victim of a hostile situation, perhaps held captive by the imposter, adding layers of complexity to her presumed demise. With Deacon's current state of despair, the revelation of Sheila's survival could prompt a swift move towards marriage, as he seeks to reaffirm their bond in the wake of the ordeal. The narrative hints at a scenario where Sheila, against all odds, survives the machinations spun by the show, leading to a hastened wedding as Deacon aims to demonstrate his unwavering commitment. Well, to wrap up, I would like to raise a question. Will Bill consent to the plan of manipulating the DNA result? In my opinion, he won't support this idea, despite it seemingly being in Luna's best interest. Luna has placed great trust in Bill, confiding in him as if he were her bio-dad. Bill also would like to help Luna escape from mental burden and anxiousness. However, I bet that Bill won't resort to this solution. There must be other, more reasonable methods to resolve this issue, but under any circumstances, truth must prevail. The search will take time, and whether Luna could find her father or not, Bill will remain a respected figure in her life. Luna is suffering from Poppy's carelessness in the past, so Poppy must know who the real father is. I believe that Poppy already has the answer, but try to hide it from Luna and Bill in order to cover up a taboo. Poppy is to be blamed, and now she intends to commit another wrongdoing out of selfishness. Moreover, I'm particularly interested in how Deacon discovers the truth about Sheila's death. How could he know for sure that Sheila's not deceased? I hope that we can delve deeper into this matter in the upcoming episodes as more hints are unveiled. Until next time, bye-bye. Welcome back to Soap with Joe. In today's video, we'll have some more updates about Sheila's mysterious death and introduce a presumed new character likely to reveal important clues about this incident. We've speculated on whether it is Finn or Deacon who can piece together their experiences and insights to unravel the mystery behind Sheila's presumed death. However, rumors suggest that Steffi is the one who puts the pieces together, following Sheila's trail to protect Finn. I suppose this assumption is reasonable enough to be true. As Steffi is trying to reconnect with Finn, she must snap him out of his scary obsession and skepticism over Sheila's assumed demise. Meanwhile, the arrival of a new character who could reveal the truth about Luna's biological father, or clarify the circumstances surrounding Sheila's presumed demise cannot be ruled out. In another plot, while all of us are quite sure about the chance for success of Thomas's proposal to Hope, some fans suspect that Hope might reconsider and ultimately reject Thomas's proposal. So we'll explore the reasons behind Hope's potential change of heart. Is it an internal decision, or are external influences at play? Now, let's delve into details and find answers to those questions. Well, I believe that hints about Sheila's unexpected survival will become increasingly intriguing as new assumptions arise. Finn struggles with the belief of Sheila's death, hinting at his intuition about her being alive. This suspicion is fueled by his visions, through dreams and hallucinations, where Sheila appears to seek his help, suggesting she might be in distress or captivity, possibly due to being mistaken for her doppelganger. This scenario could lead to intriguing plot developments, including Finn or possibly Steffi Forrester uncovering Sheila's actual situation. Initially, I believed Finn would move beyond his mourning to actively pursue leads to uncover the truth about his mother. However, up to now, it remains a faint hope as he finds himself entangled in nightmares, lacking the courage and alertness needed for decisive action. Meanwhile, the notion of Steffi, previously at odds with Sheila, discovering and possibly rescuing her presents a complex dilemma, given the potential consequences of reintegrating Sheila into their lives. However, recognizing the toll on Finn, Steffi might see no alternative but to aid Sheila, setting the stage for an unexpected alliance and possibly a detente between long-standing adversaries. This development hints at a deeper reason behind Finn's persistent thoughts of Sheila needing help, suggesting a pivotal role for Steffi in changing the narrative by potentially saving Sheila, thereby affecting their tumultuous relationship and offering Finn some relief. Personally, I find this to be an excellent plotline. The storyline could enable Steffi to amend her past mistakes, offering her a path to alleviate remorse and burdens while simultaneously reconciling her relationship with Finn. Upon hearing hints of Sheila's possible survival, Steffi could feel revitalized, her hope to absolve herself of accusations rekindled. Memories of her previous encounters with Sheila could resurface, potentially leading Steffi to a significant clue. While Sheila's dramatic re-entry seems imminent, potentially stirring significant drama, her return might offer temporary solutions to the existing problems. Well, it appears the producers are gearing up for Sheila's significant return, as various speculations swirl on social media. A notable detail is the introduction of a new enigmatic character named Tom, a homeless man poised to play a key role in revealing crucial hints and secrets. While specifics about his storyline remain under wraps, the inclusion of such a character is sure to stir intrigue among fans. I wonder if this character is linked to the search for Luna's father or the mystery surrounding Sheila. He's likely to deliver a bombshell revelation. Otherwise, the writers wouldn't introduce a new character to the soap for merely 1 or 2 episodes. Speculation about Tom's involvement could lead in various directions. First, given the ongoing mystery surrounding the paternity of Luna, there's curiosity about whether Tom might somehow be connected. However, it's unlikely that the show would link a pivotal character revelation to a transient character like Tom, especially considering other characters such as Poppy are in a position to resolve this mystery. Well, I bet that Poppy already knows who Luna's father is, but she isn't pressured enough to announce the truth. So we already have a clear target to unveil Luna's secret. Next, a more plausible theory might involve the complex storyline surrounding Sheila Carter and her presumed demise. With Sheila's history of deception and the mention of a lookalike named Sugar, Tom's potential to witness critical events becomes intriguing. His presence in the shadows of the city could position him as a key witness to the events leading to the confusion over Sheila's fate. This theory aligns with soap opera storytelling, where unexpected characters often hold the keys to unraveling long-standing mysteries. I believe this character, Tom, will be pivotal in resolving the mystery of Sheila's fate and exonerating Steffi from accusations. An emerging question now is, will Tom's actions lead to new dramas in the show after he resolves the issues surrounding Sheila? I suppose it's too early to draw conclusions, so we'll have to wait and see how Tom unravels the secrets at hand. Regarding Thomas and Hope, Steffi is frustrated with Hope for rejecting Thomas's marriage proposal for the second time. Despite Hope's assurances of love to Thomas, her hesitancy to commit, given her recent divorce, leads Steffi to believe Hope is leading Thomas on. Steffi advises Thomas to move on without Hope, although Thomas remains deeply attached to the idea of a life with her. This situation intensifies as Thomas grapples with Hope's rejection, yet may come to understand her perspective over time, especially considering his previous assurance to give her space without pressure. Meanwhile, Steffi anticipates a confrontation with Hope, prepared to express her anger over the situation. I find Steffi's concerns to be well-founded at this juncture. Thomas's overwhelming eagerness for Hope's acceptance places significant pressure on her, eliciting hesitation typical of someone who has experienced divorce. It seems that this love will restrict Hope's freedom, and she's facing a threat of disappointing Thomas. Again, she needs more space before she makes up her mind. Do you share this perspective? In another storyline, Thomas encounters Brooke, who supports her daughter's cautious approach to remarriage, especially in light of Hope and Liam Spencer's failed union. Brooke's perspective might offer Thomas a new understanding of Hope's decision, emphasizing the importance of patience, compromise, and respect in true love. I believe that from her perspective as a mother, Brooke will offer Thomas sincere psychological advice, guiding him towards a more thoughtful approach to win Hope's heart. At this juncture, I've come to appreciate the warmth in Brooke's character, despite any previous harshness in her opposition to the marriage. Driven by a mother's deepest instincts, Brooke consistently desires what's best for her daughter. To wrap up today's video, I would like to raise a question. Do you think there will be a marriage of Thomas and Hope? I'm inclined to think that they will finally get married, and it's just a matter of time. Hope needs time to get her emotions prepared, and Thomas, on his part, should respect her personal space. Regarding the investigation of Sheila's survival, I believe that she's very much alive and held captive somewhere, possibly with the imposter's involvement. So, I can't wait to see the new character and his role in the search for Sheila. There are many unfolded details in Sheila's incident. I still don't know whether the detective is still working or has already quit. The suspicion lies in Sugar, yet to make an appearance. So, do you think she is not related to Sheila's disappearance this time? If she devises all these plots, there must be some clues included in the storyline so far. Up till now, it is just our assumption without any trails of her. So please leave your comments below to share your viewpoints on these captivating narratives, and we'll continue the discussion. Until next time, bye-bye. Welcome back to Soap with Joe. In today's video, I bet the upcoming plotline won't disappoint you, especially for those who have been complaining about the same old boring storylines the writers have offered. It's important to recognize that the producers always listen to audiences and make changes that align with their wishes, ensuring they are both logical and thrilling. Sooner or later, unhappy audiences will find satisfying details. Returning to the hints we have in store now, fans are circulating a rumor that it's Sheila's look-alike who has been devising all the possible damaging schemes, while the real Sheila is held secretly somewhere. This information shocks us all and makes me regret accusing Sheila of all the terrible things that have recently happened. I believe the writer is preparing an ending for Sheila that is viewed through a humane lens, deserving of sympathy from people. So, let's delve into details on the upcoming hints. I would like to start with a joyous reunion between Hope and Thomas. While there is still opposite advice swirling around this relationship, they seem ready to start over. Brooke remains skeptical about the suitability of Hope and Thomas as a couple, largely due to Thomas's previous fixation on Hope and their troubled history. Conversely, Ridge observes a transformation in Thomas and is convinced he can fulfill Hope's needs. He argues that Hope and Thomas are capable of making their own choices and insists on respecting their autonomy. So, I'm wondering if Ridge can persuade Brooke to adopt a more tolerant stance towards Hope's romantic decisions. While Brooke might never fully endorse the relationship between Hope and Thomas, Ridge hopes she will at least accept it. At this point, I suggest Brooke should give in and believe that this couple will end up with a happy ending, or if their decision is wrong, they have to face the consequences. Some fans affirm that this love will last long because they've been through many challenges and on the verge of breakup. However, Thomas still proposes for the second time with the strong desire to win Hope's heart. Thus, I think people should look at their pairing from the bright side. In the meantime, Thomas and Hope decide to put aside their issues with Sheila Carter and concentrate on their relationship, commemorating their connection with a special dinner that recalls memorable times in Rome. They will enjoy an Italian feast, reflecting on the start of their renewed journey together. Despite complications involving Liam Spencer, Hope is content with Thomas and feels at ease with how her previous marriage concluded. Now, one looming question is, will Liam scheme to spoil this intimate moment? In my opinion, Liam will give up on his quest to conquer Hope eventually, especially when he realizes the genuine love Thomas gives to Hope. In fact, Liam has not previously harmed Thomas before. He simply used Thomas and Hope's temporary separation to remind her of his enduring affection. Next, I would like to mention the dynamics between Finn and Steffi. While they continue to live in the Cliff House, it's important to recognize Finn's intention to change his attitude towards Steffi. We all can see that he's struggling to overlook his disturbing thoughts about Sheila and aims to rekindle his passion with Steffi. Though his efforts can be in vain. No matter how hard he tries to forget the blood spots on the floor, he will begin to have vivid hallucinations of Sheila, even while awake, leading to unsettling experiences in upcoming episodes. These hallucinations will hinder Finn's efforts to reconnect with Steffi, indicating more turbulent times ahead for their relationship. Well, we've talked about Finn's about-face regarding Sheila, as he didn't pay much attention to her before. Since discovering that Sheila supposedly died by Steffi Forrester's hand, Finn has been troubled by his birth mother's loss, feeling a deep disconnect that now, paradoxically, appears more potent than before. Despite not dwelling on Sheila in the past, Finn now finds her constantly on his mind, even in his dreams. I can't figure out why, but it seems like Finn is particularly vulnerable to the haunting image of Sheila. In a distressing dream, Finn envisioned Sheila's presumed final moments, ending with her pleading for his help. This nightmare prompts speculation about the true nature of Finn's preoccupation with Sheila. Could it be that their bond remains intact, and Sheila is in fact reaching out for Finn's help? Finn, having only Steffi's account and the physical evidence of a struggle, has little reason to doubt the story he's been told. Yet, the haunting content of his nightmare suggests a deeper connection, possibly hinting at a dire situation where Sheila, having previously employed a look-alike named Sugar, might be in peril, potentially imprisoned, and in desperate need of rescue. This scenario raises the possibility of Sheila using a unique mother-son psychic link to communicate her plight. Finn's inability to articulate his feelings might indicate an unrecognized reality where Sheila, not her imposter, is in dire straits, making Finn unwittingly pivotal to her chances of survival. Now, I imagine that Sheila is held hostage in a secret place by the imposter and asked for information that can be used to threaten Finn and Steffi. I wonder whether Finn can visualize this possibility and identify some locations where Sheila could be held. However, I can't understand the motives behind Sugar's harmful actions towards Finn. Did Finn wrong her in the past? This look-alike seemingly decides to take over Sheila's life and shatter Finn's life. If this happens, I wish someone will see through her disguise and expose her. To wrap up, I strongly hope that Finn and Steffi can set aside all the hatred and traumas to come together and fight against the potential threats ahead. Finn needs someone reminding him to heed all the warnings and at the same time offer him encouragements. Like Finn, Steffi is also a victim in this tragic incident, so the assembled strength can prevent any further catastrophe. I don't know whether Sheila or Finn did harm to Sugar in the past, but the possibility that it's very likely that Sheila was kidnapped. I believe in the maternal bond regardless of any hindrances between them. While the investigation by the authorities is still at a standstill, Finn should trust his gut feelings about his mother. If Finn shares his nightmares with people like Deacon and Steffi, they will lend a helping hand, as I think they always stand for justice. And Sheila deserves forgiveness at this point. So, drop your comments below to express your opinions on my predictions above. Thank you for joining me on Soap with Joe. I appreciate every single one of your views, comments, and discussions. It's your passion that fuels this journey into the heart of our beloved soap operas. As we speculate together, remember, every theory enriches our experience. I'm eager to see how our guesses compare with the unfolding drama. Keep those comments coming, share your insights, and let's continue this adventure together. Your engagement makes all the difference. Until we meet again to unravel more mysteries, stay curious, and goodbye for now. Welcome back to Soap with Joe. In recent episodes, it seems you're most interested in the battle between Steffi and Sheila, and are eager to know the detective's conclusion. We discussed many possibilities surrounding Sheila's death and agreed that her departure was merely a trick. So, I think we've had enough gossip regarding this mystery. Today, I suggest we delve into the effects of Sheila's demise on other characters and see how they interact on the way of finding the truth. Amid the confusion, the love entanglements among couples will become more complicated than ever. What are your thoughts on new pairings like Steffi and Liam, Finn and Hope? Do you support them? I don't expect this swap because I suppose that Sheila will be back in the flesh and put things to their original places. Now, during her temporary absence, let's give some predictions on how the story may go and see how characters change their nature once their personal benefits are invaded. Some characters are poised to behave in an unacceptable, disappointing way, which may cause a domino effect and harm others' relationships. So, let's start our discussion right now. Well, in the previous video, I wondered if someone was siding with Steffi and protecting her from emotional hurt and possible threats from Sheila should she return from the grave. It's now clear that Ridge is the one who steps in at the right moment to defend her from any alleged accusations, especially from Finn, who seems skeptical of Steffi's remorse. However, the tension escalates more than we expect, as Ridge finds himself at odds with his own words and the harsh reality that confronts him and his family. For the sake of an effective talk, Ridge will regret his harsh characterization of Sheila as an animal in Finn's presence. However, he won't compromise and remains firm in his disdain for Steffi, despite Finn's visible distress over his mother's untimely demise at their family home that very night. Sounds like this meeting will not reach the mutual understanding or end up in peace, as two sides don't want to listen. While Finn is mourning on his bio mother's sudden demise, Ridge keeps rationalizing the tragedy by highlighting the potential dangers that Steffi and the children could have faced. Do you think Ridge chose a wrong approach? His arguments not only fail to ease Finn's growing despair, but also fuel his increasing resentment, leading him to believe Steffi intentionally attacked Sheila callously without cause. Next, let's talk about Finn, whose emotional state has provoked controversies. Some people feel for him, adding that he has the right to be shattered when his bio mother passed away. He is in too much pain to remain patient and understand Steffi's remorse. However, I see it differently. Why doesn't he consider how much worse it could have been if Steffi hadn't fought back and his kids got wounded or even killed? Do you think Finn is being unreasonable in not recognizing Steffi's actions as protective? He must recognize that he's still lucky when his little family is safe. Yet, he fixates on Steffi's role in his mother's death and seeks solace with another woman. At the very least, he should listen to her and set aside his emotions to rationally contemplate the situation. How about Steffi? She tried to seek solitude from Finn to bridge the emotional gap that has formed while being caught between her own justifications for self-defense and the palpable rift it has caused with Finn. Her admission of the night's horrors and her plea for unity seem to fall on uncertain ears, as Finn is visibly tormented by the blood-stained evidence of the night's events, symbolizing the irreversible impact on their relationship. As Finn's anger reaches its peak, do you think this surge could further damage their relationship, possibly beyond repair? Fans hint at a scene where Finn kneels on the floor and bitterly yells, "My mom's blood is on my hand and yours, Steffi." Finn says as he holds out his bloody palm and leaves Steffi unsettled. Is it necessary for Steffi to heed this warning? Unfortunately, Ridge's attempts to minimize the situation only further alienate Finn, showing no signs of willingness to reconcile with Steffi. Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, the narrative unfolds further as Carter reveals to Brooke and Hope the grim discovery at Steffi's house, confirming Sheila's death. The news brings a complex mix of relief and skepticism, given Sheila's history of deceit. Yet, Carter offers a semblance of closure, asserting the finality of Sheila's fate, which brings a temporary peace to the concerned parties. Upon Ridge and Thomas's return, they face the daunting task of confirming the unsettling news to Brooke. The family dynamics are strained as they navigate the repercussions of Sheila's death, highlighting the deep-seated conflicts and moral dilemmas that plague their relationships. Well, it's evident Finn places more trust in Hope than in his own partner. While we might hope their connection remains purely platonic, recent hints suggest a deepening bond. His relation with Hope is becoming closer, especially after the encounter with Steffi at the Cliff House. The episode culminates in a poignant scene at the Cliff House, where Steffi confronts Finn's anguish head-on. She reiterates the circumstances that led to her drastic actions, hoping for understanding, if not acceptance. Finn, however, is visibly haunted by the confrontation with his mother's death, symbolized by the bloodstain that now marks both their lives. His reaction to touching his mother's blood, a physical connection to the tragedy, underscores the profound emotional and psychological toll the event has taken on him and Steffi, leaving their future uncertain and their relationship deeply strained. Now I think Finn's unwavering stance may inadvertently invite trouble, especially if someone decides to exploit this situation to destabilize his intimate relationship. Liam, with a history of manipulating circumstances, might once again resort to his well-worn strategy of sowing discord between Steffi and Finn. Historically, Liam took a clandestine approach by capturing Finn with Sheila in a private moment, subsequently presenting the footage to Steffi as evidence of Finn's undisclosed connections. This tactic of using covertly filmed evidence to cast doubt within relationships is something Liam might consider employing once again under new circumstances. Do you think Liam will find himself a witness to such a moment, whether it be a comforting hug, a consoling touch, or a conversation laden with emotional closeness? He might interpret it as ammunition to challenge Finn's fidelity. I think this possibility is sooner or later likely to happen. Lately, Finn has been seeking solace in Hope Logan, sharing his grief over Sheila's death and the turmoil caused by Steffi's decisive actions against his mother. Hope's understanding and sympathy provide Finn with a much-needed emotional outlet, setting the stage for their relationship to potentially evolve beyond mere friendship. This development is crucial as Finn's emotional detachment from Steffi grows, possibly pushing him towards a moment of vulnerability with Hope that could be misinterpreted as romantic or overly intimate. At this juncture, it's not uncommon for fans to exclaim in frustration, "Oh, Finn, you're in deep trouble now," criticizing his apparent naivety and failure to recognize the bounds of selfishness and skepticism. Envisioning a scenario where Liam captures this interaction on video, he could use it as leverage, intending to show Steffi that Finn's loyalty is questionable. This act would not only strain Finn and Steffi's already precarious marriage further, but might also lead Steffi to contemplate a future with Liam, potentially reigniting past flames. In essence, any emotional connection between Finn and Hope, especially if captured and presented out of context by Liam, could have catastrophic consequences for their relationships with Steffi and others within their circle. As Liam contemplates stirring the pot once more, viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful are left to anticipate the ripple effects of his actions on the intricate dynamics of love, loyalty, and trust among the characters. Indeed, if Thomas can catch wind of Hope and Finn's perceived closeness through such a video, it could threaten to unravel the fabric of trust between Hope and Thomas as well. This scenario underscores the potential for widespread turmoil stemming from misconstrued moments of comfort and support. Now it's time to share with us your thoughts and predictions on the above twists and turns. Do you think Hope and Finn will cross the line? I think Liam needn't do anything to separate Finn and Steffi. Finn is doing everything to destroy his marriage himself. Finn was wrong and way out of line. Instead of being relieved that Sheila hadn't harmed his wife, he resorted to verbal and emotional abuse towards Steffi. Steffi was a victim and she needed to be comforted and supported, but Finn did the opposite. Now, the potential resolution to these confrontations lies in the detective's conclusions about the cause of Sheila's death, which might exonerate Steffi from any accusations. There are many interesting stories that I would like to discuss with you. So, drop your comments below, and I'll keep you updated on any possible storylines ahead. Until next time, goodbye.